Some of the most ridiculous cars ever made had V10 engines. We're talking raw power, iconic sound, and performance that used to cost $80,000 or more. But here's the crazy part. Some of those V10 beasts have been totally forgotten, and you can find them today for the price of a beat-up Civic. These are the shockingly cheap, overlooked V10s that nobody's talking about until now. This one is both legendary and cursed. The E60 M5 came with a 5.0-liter V10, naturally aspirated 500 horsepower, and revs to 8,250 RPM. It's basically a Formula One engine that went corporate. This thing will do 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds if you launch it right, and also if you pray it doesn't throw a rod, a code, or a tantrum. The SMG transmission is clunky, the maintenance is terrifying, and the electronics? Straight out of a fever dream. But here's the wild part. You can find decent examples for $12,000. That's right, a V10 super sedan for the price of a used Camry with questionable stains. It's a gamble, but when it hits, it screams. What's better than an Audi sedan? An Audi sedan with a Lamborghini engine and no one noticing. The C6S6 hides a 5.2-liter V10 under its hood, derived from the Gallardo, just tuned down to a sensible 435 horsepower. It's all-wheel drive, it's loaded with tech, and it looks like an accountant's car. But once you hit the throttle, that V10 wakes up like it just remembered it used to party in Italy. 0 to 60 happens in about 5.1 seconds, and you'll be doing it in heated Reccaros while listening to that opera of intake noise. You can find these today for under $10,000, which is crazy, because the engine alone is worth that much in paint and maintenance anyway. Yes, a Viper truck, because America looked at a supercar and said, let's tow stuff with it. The Dodge Ram SRT-10 came with an 8.3-liter V10 straight out of the Viper, 500 horsepower, 525 pound-feet of torque, and a manual transmission if you got the regular cab. This thing does 0 to 60 in just over 5 seconds, and it weighs as much as a small office building. It's loud, it's ridiculous, and it handles like a couch with nitrous. But who cares? You're driving a Viper-powered truck, and that makes you the most interesting person at any Waffle House. Prices? Around $20,000 if you shop around, which for a future classic with a V10 is an absolute steal. This one is pure chaos disguised as a crossover. The Touareg V10 TDI packed a twin-turbo diesel V10. Yes, you heard that right, a diesel V10 in a Volkswagen SUV. It made 310 horsepower, but a ridiculous 553 pound-feet of torque. It could tow a house, outrun a confused Mustang, and bankrupt you all at the same time. 0 to 60 in around 7 seconds doesn't sound wild, but trust me, it feels like you're in a semi-truck being launched off an aircraft carrier. You can snag one for $8,000 to $12,000, but beware, repairs will require a priest, a second mortgage, and possibly a German to English dictionary. Now this is the true sleeper. And by sleeper I mean, it probably has a mattress in the back. The Ford E350 van with the 6.8-liter Triton V10 wasn't fast, at all. But it had 305 horsepower and enough torque to tow the moon. It's the most reliable V10 on this list, because Ford built it for fleet use and expected it to survive being driven like a rental, because it was. You can find these for $3,000 to $6,000, and they'll outlast most modern hybrids while carrying your tools, your friends, or your questionable life choices. Bonus points if you slap some turbos on it and confuse the entire drag strip. So, there you have it. 5 forgotten V10 monsters that you can buy today for surprisingly little. Some are fast, some are weird, some might bankrupt you, but all of them prove that V10s didn't die. They just got lost and showed up on Craigslist with sketchy titles. Got a favorite V10 bargain? Or a horror story? Drop it in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more budget power and underdog madness. This is Petrol Magazine, where the engines are loud and the decisions are usually bad.